In front of me is the Hard Rock Cafe, not to be confused with the Hard Rock Hotel, which is in Playa Paraíso. Am I here alone today? No, there's millions of people around. Look. What? What? One guy with a horn. Hi, Craig. And it looks like it's all battened up. What's happened here? Is it another lockdown? I hope not. No, we're with some people, look. This is Sue and Paul.
Morning.
Good morning.
And they are coming on a walk with me today, and we're going to go that way into the sun and then come back away from the sun. So by the time all you guys get on, I'll be able to watch your stuff. Sue and Paul, welcome.
Thanks, Tim.
So
Thanks,
Sue,
Tim.
if you
Lovely to
stay
be
the
here.
left of me, that'll be good. And Paul, if you jump off into the background if you like. So when did you arrive?
We arrived on Sunday and we were here for 2 weeks.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
I like the 2-week one,
Yeah.
because 1 week for me is not enough.
Never enough. You're only unpacking the cases and you're packing them up again.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Are you staying in the area? Don't have to stay in the hotel if you don't want
Staying
to.
in Paris Santiago 3.
Okay, cool. Have you got a place there? Or are you
No,
booking
no,
it?
Joe, no. I don't think I couldn't afford a place there, Tim. No.
There's one
rent-
going for 350.
Oh, not all. Small change.
It is, yeah. You go in together with another couple, you're all right.
Yeah.
If you go in with three, go the couples, it's doable.
That's just kinky.
Go and see Andy Ward, my mate Andy. He's selling it there. I can't see a thing because we're walking into the sun, but we're going to walk down to the, what's it called? Vista Sur.
Vista Sur.
And then we're going to walk back around. Come back around. So what's your name? Where are you from again?
Susan Paul Graham. We're from Mayo in Ireland. Cong, people speak.
Is that
speak
Mayo the
nice.
village or Mayo the county?
County.
The county Mayo.
Do you know where Ashford Castle?
Okay.
We're not too far from Ashford Castle in Mayo.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you lived there all your life?
Oh no, originally from Dublin. We moved down.
The Dubliners.
Yeah, 37 years ago, Paul. Yeah.
32 years.
32 years ago.
Oh,
32
wow.
years ago.
So when you were -6?
Yes. I wish.
And why? Well, what do you do in Dublin? In Mayo?
I have 3 clinics I run in Ballina, Castlebar and Ballinrobe.
Okay. And clinics? What are they? Dental clinics?
They're all Chinese medicine.
We know. You see, you can see the title.
hypnosis, hypnotherapy,
Uh huh.
havening, BWRT.
What's that?
BWRT.
No, the other one.
Havening.
Haveling.
Havening.
What is it?
It's a neuroscience technique
Okay.
for eliminating fears and phobias.
Okay, cool.
And NLP.
Is neuro-linguistic programming. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so I do a lot of that. I have coaching, lifestyle coaching, wellness coaching,
Uh huh.
dietary, career. So I
Wow.
do quite a lot. I do a lot of stuff online as well as physically.
How do you get time for all that?
Oh, I work very hard. That's why I come to Tenerife.
So what do your patients do when you're not here? Have you got any staff or anything keeping it up, or is
No,
it just
it's
you?
just me, myself, and I.
You okay? All three of you?
Yes, Yep. Yeah.
Cool, dude. What we got? See what people are saying. We got a bit of shade here with the tree. Another dirty bin. 28 people watching. 8 thumbs up already. Thank you so much. So Craig's on, Casper's on, Jill's on, Anne Marie, John Barris, Dave Mulready. I was always calling him Mulready, and he told me last night it's Mulready. Yeah, Mulready, you bugger. Roger Channing, Denise Pearce, another beautiful day in sunny Puerto. She's just moved over, if you've been watching the channel.
Oh,
So that's good, they got everything sorted. Yesterday, great news, Denise. Cool dude. That means you didn't need all that, to spend all that money on medical again. Now you're covered with your thingy-marooge. Do you want to walk sun or shade?
I don't mind, Tim, whichever's best.
Oh, we'll
for
go
you.
this way. We'll go this way. So we're going to take our lives in our hands. Let me turn you around. Zoom. Those of you just joining us, we're on the Golden Mile in Tenerife. We're with Susan and Paul from Mayo. Susan is a clinician. Can I call you? What's your title?
Chinese medicine practitioner.
A Chinese medicine practitioner. Have you got it right yet? You've been practicing.
I've been practicing a long time.
And how long have you been doing that?
Oh, since 2007.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what got you into it? Did you have an illness and you got
Oh,
You got cured and then went, I'm going to do that?
I never had it before I started training in it. And back in Ireland,
Yeah, but why did you start? What made you sort of pick that sector?
because back in Ireland we have a system where if you're mature, you can go and get a third level education.
Okay.
So I went to try and get a third level education as a nurse, and unfortunately I didn't get it. So a friend of mine said, well, do you know what I'm going to look about doing Chinese medicine. So I think it was a case I wanted to help people in some way, but I couldn't go the conventional Western route. So I said, okay, well, we'll try the alternative routes.
Okay.
Because I was qualified in many different disciplines since 1996.
Okay.
So it was probably a natural progression to go down that route. So
So have you always done that as a job, or did you have like a? So I'm going to say I'm going to say proper job, but did you have a traditional job, and then have to change careers, or?
No, well, I was a beauty therapist for years, and I was a massage therapist, aromatherapist, and then I left all those and went into health and safety and quality auditing.
Okay.
So the type of job I worked in, I only worked 4 days because I worked long days.
Okay.
So that enabled me then to go to college to do the Chinese medicine.
Cool.
So I was able to get paid and do what I wanted to do.
Cool. I was a mature student. I was a salesman until I got made redundant. And then I went and learnt computers. That was the best 2.5 years of my life.
Yes, yeah.
I was 27, I think.
Yeah.
So why Tenerife?
We went to all the islands. We've been to Fuerteventura, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote. And like we said earlier, there's people say, oh no, not Tenerife, it's too busy. And we came one year and we said, that's it, we'll never go back to the others. There was just so much more to do, it's more relaxing. We love walking.
Okay.
So we'll do a huge amount of walks when we come here. Like today we're going to go to Spider Bay, is it?
Spider's Bay.
Yeah, Spider's Bay. We'll walk there today.
Spiders Bay.
The
Yes.
far side of La Caleta, if you go over the hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was an old German hippie
Commune.
Let's go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cleared it out 2 years ago.
Yeah. Was that 2 years ago, Tim?
Yeah. Was it one maybe?
But we were there. We
were
seen
there
it
last
this
year.
time last year we went.
And there was nobody
We
there.
literally stumbled across it. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a guy that we know that lives sometimes here, Gary. Very nice guy. We met when we were over here last year.
Blonde.
And sorry?
Was he a blonde?
He's as bald as
No.
A bald. We're not bald. We're just hairy challenged, wasn't it? So, what do you think of the arts place here?
Oh, it's such a shame, isn't it?
It is.
To see it left like that.
I'm going to drone it after.
Yeah. Like we used to walk along the back of there before there was anything at all.
I
And
mean,
then you look and you see, oh, it's just such a...
I think it's to do with licenses here or some sort of building problems that they're not opening it up.
Yeah.
But it looks really nice, doesn't it?
It's beautiful.
A beautiful spot
Like
to
the
sit.
gardens are fabulous.
And they're making them. You know, they've all got plants signs to say what it is and that. So it looks
All
quite
the plants,
tasteful, doesn't it?
Tells you what the plants are.
Yep, there's the thumbnail. Naked people.
It's a long time in the making, like arts, isn't it?
So this is a beautiful beach. This is Playa El Camisón, is it? Yeah. We're just going to go to the end here and have a chit chat. So that looks sort of like Chinesey, doesn't it?
Yes.
Some sort of
Type of
feng shui. Feng shui. Remember chips and egg from the dustbin men? Feng shui. Was it called chips and egg? I can't remember. So there we go. 3 of us, the 3 musketeers. So we're going to go to the end here.
Just Tim, which?
See, right. Well, there's 4 of them, isn't there? The 3 musketeers and D'Artagnan. Yeah, everybody wanted to be D'Artagnan, I think. So here we go, ladles and jelly spoons. For those of you joining us, we're at the back of the Hard Rock Cafe, looking towards Palmar. which is in the distance there, just around the headland from Los Cristianos. And we're outside the art centre, which is not open, as you may know. And with Susan and Paul from Ireland, from Mayo. Susan's a Chinese medicine practitioner, and she says she's going to convince me that it's real. But you all know me, I'm skeptical as they come. This, the alternative medicine, they call it, right? What do they call alternative medicine that works? Medicine. There you go. So, but I'm sure you get that all the time, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So you're not offended, are you?
No, God, no. It's nothing new to me.
You can't be offended, can you, really? So, so you got into it a long time ago, lots of
Yes.
other things, you studied and stuff.
Yeah.
And your first clinic, where'd you open that?
I opened my first clinic in Tuam in Galway.
Okay.
And then I went from there then and I opened the second clinic in Castlebar.
Mm-hmm.
I closed the clinic in Tuam, then I opened in Ballina.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went then and just had a clinic then at my home.
Okay.
But my predominant clinic, my busiest clinic, will be the Castlebar clinic.
And you have like times where you go there and times when you go here, so they're not
I have
open all at the
certain
same
days-
time.
I have certain days that I'm
Okay.
in one area and then in a different area.
Okay.
So I do a fair bit of travelling between them as well.
You don't fancy getting one of them big buses and doing it out as
I thought there was some beautiful buses that you could convert. I thought
Yeah.
of that. But that you'd never get away from it then.
Uh-huh.
At least when I'm on the road, you get away.
I remember there's a doctor, our doctor in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
he used to host a Chinese doctor. And my wife went there and she got these massive balls of dust that she had to take. And she didn't know whether it did her any good or not, because MS is the, you know,
Yeah.
the illness of 1,000 faces. So you can never sort of split yourself in two and say, what would have happened if I'd have done this?
Yeah.
So there's no sort of like testing on that.
No.
And they got the best MS clinic in the world here on the island. In fact, we're going on Monday for the 6-month checkup. And the neurologists there, they've just finished a long-term study, right, of MS patients. And they've found out, it's a 28-year study, it's a long study, and they've just found out that it doesn't matter what you do, the progression of the disease is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if you took no medicine whatsoever, in 20 years,
It's still
you will
the
be in
same.
the exact same position as if you'd have gone through all the medicine and treatments and everything.
Yes.
All the treatments do is give you this wave, yeah? Better, worse, better, worse, better, worse.
Yeah.
And if you do nothing and don't think about it, you just get
Still the
progressively
same.
worse. Good days, bad days, but
Yes.
but not as bad really.
Yes.
And so they said, you know, it depends what you want out of life. So Christina decided, I'm not going to define myself with my illness,
Yes.
so I just can't do stuff. And she says, look at you, you can't run a marathon. You know, I can't.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've been ignoring you, but lucky lad, have a blast. Somebody's doing something. 2 weeks. Oh, it's Damien. Oh, we got to keep walking because I've gone dark again. When I go dark, it overheats. When I stop walking, it overheats. Channel is on. It's Tat Young Woman from Ireland, says Damien. Morning all, see you in 2 weeks, Tim. He comes on a walk. Little Damien, you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He's from Dublin. Oh, that's nice. Let's get a shot of that. Here's the waves coming in. Are we going to get wet? It's a double waver, a double breaker. No, we're okay. Okay, so where were we? We're walking. So you do walks?
Oh, we do a lot of walking, Tim.
You've been in the Anaga Mountains or in the north?
No, we've never been up north.
No,
No?
we never went to the north.
You want to get in touch with Juliani?
Oh,
She does walk and talk.
yes.
She's a therapist as well, so that,
Okay.
well, not a therapist, a coach, I think. And she does life coaching. So you book an hour with her and she'll book an hour with you. There you go. So we're actually going to turn left here.
Yeah.
No, I've decided against it.
Oh, okay.
I've decided against it because when we get round the corner there's no signal. Or the signal drops. No, we'll go that way. We'll go that way. We should be all right. We just have to jog.
That's
So-
something we don't do.
You don't jog, no?
No,
No, I
God,
don't.
no.
I think that's, what's the word? Unhealthy.
Yes.
Although I should be losing weight now. I mean, I've been talking about this for years, but I've really got to do it now because I keep going up and up and up, which is my biggest problem, is that I just love me food and beer too much.
Nothing wrong with that.
I got to 120 kilos, so, and then I thought, well, I better start slimming. And I've started eating and drinking less, and I went up to 121 kilos. So I reckon it's the tablets I'm taking. What do you think?
Blame the medication.
Blame the medication. Blame the medication for everything. When I was in America, the wife went to a hairdresser's, and the perm or whatever she was having, the curls, didn't stay in. And the woman says, well, what medication are you on? She says, I'm not on medication. What?
Couldn't believe she
Couldn't believe she wasn't on any medication. Yeah. So we're going to walk the bottom male. I've not walked the bottom male lately. There you go.
The Sir Anthony's a lovely hotel, isn't it?
You know, it's too purple for me. It's too purple for me. I don't think I think that everything, you know, the opposite colour to that is green, right? So therefore, if you look through that, and then you look elsewhere, everywhere looks green to you. Yeah. Captain Birdseye. This is the Sir Anthony, right? And I always mix that up with the St. George, which is down in Los Cristianos.
Yeah.
So, we got a dump truck on the beach. I used to drive those.
One of the years we were here, Tim, there was an awful lot of heavy waves, but everything here was pulled back into the sea.
Uh-huh.
The umbrellas, the seats, everything.
That pre-2014.
Probably was, yes, yeah.
Because we moved to Callao, Salvaje, and 2014 they'd just finished the beach. They ground up all the rocks into sand, or actually bits of glass, and then the storm came and took it all away.
Yeah.
Nature.
It was like a mini tsunami that just came in.
Uh-huh. And this sand is imported anyway. I don't know whether they get it from out in sea, the seabed,
Yes.
or whether they import it from the Sahara. One of them's Saharan sand, the other's seabed sand.
That's
I don't know how
very
you tell the difference.
Yeah, that's a nice dusty, it's very light sand, that one.
Because all the sand that's created from the land is volcanic, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you been to Alcalá?
Yes.
They've got some beautiful black sand beaches. The only thing is it gets in everything.
Just looks like you're dirty.
Exactly. So you got these nice sexy pictures of people, what you felt, with sand on them, yeah? And then with the black sand. Oh, no problem. Indicate. Keep death off the roads, ride on the pavement.
Go with some fun to that, Tim. What else would you do? Wouldn't go behind you.
No, nobody's going to go behind me. You got to get in front. I tried to find out, how do you say, where's your effing indicators in Spanish? Then nobody will teach it me. Because you see, ladies and jelly spoons, I'm a lovely young man on camera. But get me behind a car wheel and I see idiots. I've got like the sixth sense. I see idiots. Is this the people beach? Does that mean no dogs?
I don't think they allow dogs on the beach here, Tim, on this one.
No, there's only certain dog beaches, I think. But then a lot of people say a dog can't read. He's a free spirit. That's why I don't have a license. That's how they get around it. No, he's not my dog. He just lives with me. Do you feed it? Yeah.
Just
Take
turns,
it.
just turns up every day.
Just turns up every day. Yeah. Just a bit like my wife. She's not married to me. She just lives with me. She says because she can't get out on her own. I always find funny that we're saying a dog escapes, yeah? They say, well, then obviously didn't want them to stay there, did you? If you got to keep your dog locked in case it escapes, then it's been imprisoned. On his own. Pack animals. Imprisoned with humans on their own. Well, they're too daft to own dogs, aren't they? Woof, woof. Food. Like cats are different, right? Cats.
Oh, cats do.
If you read a cat diary, it'd say, day 358 of the incarceration. I'm still finding ways to kill them, but say that in your favourite Stewie voice.
Sorry.
So I'm going to sit here for a second and show people the power of nothing. So this, ladies and gentlemen, if I turn you around, is the power of nothing. This is one of the reasons I live here, is that I can sit, look out at the horizon, and know that there's nothing until Florida. If I look that way, there's nothing until South America, Middle America. And if you look due south, there's nothing then until the Antarctic. Okay, there is a little shimmy around the corner of Dakar. Not Dakar, Damien, not Dakar. It's Dakar. Can you see those comments? It's too dark.
He hasn't got his glasses with him.
I'm so sorry, people. Tim, you missed a donation. Oh, right. Oh, wow. I've got to go back for that one and thank. Who was it? I can't find it. I can't find it. Damien's been a member for 16 months. Cool dude. Ah, there we go. Harry Shaw. Good morning, Tim. I'm sure you and your walking partners will manage a leche grande. I'd like to invite you. Okay, Harry Shaw, thank you so much.
Thank you, Harry.
And he's doing that from his hospital bed.
Oh.
From his hospital bed. Sorry, I can't. I think the last one I can see here is Jack Bell. He's in Lanzarote. Oh, I nearly deleted him. So I do apologise, but my phone just went really dark because it's, I think it's getting warm. So let's walk around the corner and see what happens. And thank you so much for your beautiful kindness there, Harry. Thank you. So we got to be foreigners now and walk on the right. Johnny Vlogger is coming back to Tenerife again soon. Yeah, I believe so. And I heard on the grapevine that Lee's here.
Oh, he came yesterday.
For a couple of days.
Yeah, to see Dan.
But he's getting back by the weekend, he says.
Yes.
So I probably won't end up meeting him. Not unless he's around now. Morning, Lee. I don't know where he's staying, though.
Yeah. I think it's only 2 days he's doing.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's where we are in there, Tim.
Oh, you're in here,
We're
eh?
in there, yeah.
Okay. I know Sub stays here, one of our friends.
Oh.
And I did a vlog here where they made a curry for me.
Oh, lovely.
A chicken jira. Brought all the spices from home. There we go. And this is the shopping centre this way.
Yes.
It even says it there, shopping centre.
And there's a lovely gym just in the back.
Yeah, lovely gym.
Yeah. Not Jim.
Not Jim Fim. I nearly said Fixie then, you shouldn't say that, should you? Not allowed to mention him again. So, the Chinese medicine, back to Chinese medicine.
Yes.
There's plenty of thoughts on that, you know, different, because China's a big place.
Yes.
Where do you get most of the source material from? I don't mean the medicine itself, I mean the idea.
Most of it would be mainland China. Then I do so many different styles of Chinese medicine.
Right.
See, people think there's acupuncture is just sticking needles in and they're just one-dimensional. That's it. It's just one way of doing it. Mm-hmm. But there's so many different styles.
Like karate.
Yes, a bit like that.
Yeah.
I do Japanese style, Korean style, the traditional Chinese style. So I think I'm qualified in about 12 different styles.
Wow. And of course, there's thousands of styles in Chinese,
Yes.
sub-styles.
Yes, yeah, but they're all lineages. So one generation would pass it down to the next. That they don't generally do outside of the family or the actual area. They don't bring it into Western people. They keep it in their areas.
So I like the way that the Japanese doctors work myself, because I think Japan is one of the weirdest cultures and countries I've ever come across, if you're looking at it through the eyes of a Westerner.
Yes,
Because the doctor gets paid for the number of healthy people.
exactly. But that was always the way it was, Tim. Before, if the doctor never got paid if you were ill because he wasn't doing his job.
Right.
So he kept you well, and every time you got better and better, you just kept on paying. But the day you became sick, you stopped paying. So it's a great. Whereas now we pay more now for illness than we do for wellness.
Well, that's a business now,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking about charlatans earlier on.
Yes.
A lot of people see it as a sort of a way to, people that have got, that are clutching at the last straw.
Yes.
Nothing's worked, and then all of a sudden they'll turn to alternative medicine, and then say it works great, up until they die, actually.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful in that respect. And but if you can square that circle,
Yes.
then it's a good idea, But it's like my, well, I don't want to name them, but they pray for Christina to get better,
Yes. Yes.
And it's very nice of them to pray.
Yes.
And but then if she's not getting better, it's because it's her fault.
Oh.
No. Because she didn't accept Jesus into her heart or something like that, So I think all that type of stuff for me is just, since Christina's been ill,
Yes.
we've seen a lot of medicines come and go.
Yeah.
And we don't want to poo-poo any ideas,
Yes.
but it hasn't worked for Chris.
But
So
not everything will work. Like I treat so many people. It doesn't mean every person that comes through my clinic I can
exactly,
help.
exactly.
And there will be a percentage that I can't.
Same with any doctor.
Yeah. And I don't have that big of an ego that I can think that I can cure everything. I can't. And one thing I try when people come to me is give them the realization that no, this may not work for you. And I'll do the best I can do with what I have.
Yeah.
But after that, then that's it.
And you're allowed to offer these services on the NHS or whatever the equivalent is?
No, they don't in the HSE.
No.
They won't, but they do have, if anyone that would have private health insurance, they're covered with those.
Oh, so you can get private health insurance that covers alternative
yes, yeah.
stuff? Okay, cool.
Chiropractor, physio, Chinese medicine.
Okay.
Is it aromatherapy? Reflexology.
What's that one? Reflexology?
Yes, the one on the feet.
Okay. I've got to go and get, they're going to do something with my feet when is it? Next week, I think, next Friday. And to find out whether I'm diabetic or not.
Okay.
They got some sort of like foot thing, make sure you can feel everything.
Yes, and to see whether or not there's peripheral neuropathy within the area.
So we didn't drop out, which was good. So where are we now? We've turned the corner. Now we're at Costa Adeje. So just take a look at this view, ladles and jelly spoons. There's the art, and then right behind that is the Hard Rock Hotel. And you can actually see Mar Azul today, which is beyond us. So the Hard Rock's in front of our village, Mar Azul is behind us. So we're slap bang in the middle of those two things over there. There you go. Item and all just jumping in the background says David Butler. There you go. So there's quite a few joggers around today. And
Tú pides lo que tú quieras, yo te digo lo que hay. Y tú pides lo que tú quieras.
I hope he's got a phone. And I like the the bits of the cacti here. They look pretty cool. So what makes you pick Park Santiago?
We first came, when was that first time last year? No, we rented a private rent about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we just liked it. And
A
when
private rent
lockdown-
on Park Santiago?
Yes,
okay.
yeah. So on lockdown we had 3 holidays already booked.
Uh-huh.
And then because we couldn't come, we pulled them all together last year.
Uh-huh.
And when that was one of our last days, we were initially in the Club Atlantis in, where's that called?
Puerto Colón? Okay.
Club Atlantis. And then we went to Tenerife Royal Gardens, we were in there.
Uh-huh.
And then the last, we had 3 together, so the last one was Park Santiago 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we had an apartment overlooking the Golden Mile.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we said, oh yeah, we want to come back here again. So it's so convenient, it's easy access. You can turn right, go walk for ages, turn left, walk for ages.
Uh-huh. And you've obviously been to La Caleta and along
God,
Costa
yes.
Dechi. Have you ever thought of staying there?
No, I think we prefer it up here. It's just the area. I think we just like the area.
We've stayed in the Andorra a few times.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The Marola. We constantly move around within the same area again.
Uh-huh.
Normally depending on the value
Yeah.
we get when we go looking.
That's true.
Yeah, that could be a big deciding factor.
So we've got 30 minutes in now. So we're going to take the corner over here.
Yeah.
We're going to walk down here and take a right. We'll walk past the... we'll go towards the volcano and then cut back in. Is that
Yes,
all right?
yes.
Cool dudes.
Yeah.
So keep you pointing forward. So is there anything else that you want to say at this moment in time? Either about yourselves or about your medicine?
No, it's right. But like, everybody has their different views on what something can and cannot do.
Uh-huh.
I'd say, well, there's a huge amount that has been proven
Uh-huh.
through the World Health Organization because we were allowed to stay open all through COVID.
Right.
So, like, it has been proven to a certain degree that it helps a huge amount in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
There was a fantastic documentary done by an English professor, I think it was run on the BBC, where she went and sampled all complementary therapies, everything from therapies in Brazil to China to reflexology, homeopathy.
Uh-huh.
But one of the ones she done was Chinese medicine.
Uh-huh.
And she couldn't understand what these little needles putting into the body can do.
Uh-huh.
So she went and she brought the study to Cambridge. And under scientific conditions, we simulated what had happened with her and her experience. And they could see on their systems that yes, it's doing something within the body. They don't understand what it's doing, but it's doing something.
Uh-huh.
And it relieved pain or whatever with this person.
Uh-huh.
And the end conclusion was, yes, it does something. We don't know how it does it or why it does it. But she says, well, we didn't understand what the Higgs boson was until it was found.
Right.
So science just hasn't been able to find what it is that Chinese medicine can do.
I mean, could you imagine that it is something similar to the placebo effect?
It can be, but if you have genuine pain and somebody puts a needle into an area and relieves the pain, placebo can't work that quick.
I think it can, but you're right. I think there is also, pain is just electric.
Yes.
So I think if you disrupt a circuit or if you
Yes.
channel a circuit of electricity
Yeah.
to somewhere else, that
Yes.
either takes the pain away from the receptor or stops it reaching the brain.
But that's what the energy of the body is, the chi, the channels of the body. So you
Right,
take it away by
electricity
using-
is we're made of electricity,
Yes.
water, and in my case, a lot of fat. So I do agree with you
Yes.
that medicine tries to. I mean, a lot of people take a tablet; they don't even know what it does.
No, I'm one
And so if I
tablet.
take a tablet, I usually try and find out what it's doing, and it's either emulating something else
Yes.
that your body can do but
Yes.
doesn't, or it stimulates either a protein or something in your body.
Yes.
So the actual thing doesn't do the thing, it just makes your body do it.
Yes.
So taking any type of medicine is just G'ing your body up to heal itself.
Yes.
So I think that any type of medicine that works is good. But as I was saying before, there are a lot of people that promise the world, charge you money for it, and deliver nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so that's you've got to be careful if you're doing that,
Oh,
especially like this gully smell now. It's probably doing us good.
well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's opening up the orifices of your body.
Yeah, right. Olfactory. There we are. So this is the Chiron prevention, which is a bit ironic, really, because they charge you for making you better, right? So therefore, if they prevent it, what they're doing is they're killing their own customers. In figuratively speaking, of course. So Paul, you haven't been chit-chatting because you wanted to be in the background.
Yeah.
You don't have a microphone, so you got to either talk to me in this one. Do you want to tell people your story?
Well, my story is now I work in a factory
Uh-huh.
for the last 14 years. I was self-employed for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
When the financial crash came in 2008,
Ah,
the money stopped coming in,
right.
so we had to close up and find something else to do. Before that, I was a bus driver in Dublin.
Cool. Hold your horses.
Yeah, 11 years. Me and Susan are married since 1985.
Uh-huh.
We moved down to the west of Ireland in 1992.
Uh-huh.
1990, sorry, when we had 2 children and they were 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
They're now 35 and 37.
Wow.
So we'll hide that one.
Hiya, kids.
And 2 grandkids later, thank God.
Uh-huh.
Once again, Ava, 7 and 2.
Uh-huh.
And we're just moving towards retirement now. I'm 62. I'll have to retire in 3 years' time.
Uh-huh.
I work for an American pharmaceutical company,
Okay.
which is ironic when you...
When you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. But they pay well, so...
Exactly. Because the Americans pay through the nose for their stuff.
And we're in the process now of relocating back to Dublin because that's where our family and grandkids are.
Okay, cool. So you're going to take your clinics up there again?
Probably not, Tim. That's why I do more. That's why I'm doing more of the online coaching and wellness online.
Okay.
I'd probably keep a clinic open in Castlebar and then just commute up
Okay.
and down for it.
How long's that commute?
Well, it'd be 2.5 hours, but I'd stay down in Mayo for a couple of days, run the
Okay.
clinic,
So it's
and then
not
go
too
back
bad.
to Dublin. Yeah.
It's not too bad. All right. So where are we now? Kiddie Winkies. We've just passed the H10 Conquistador, which is this one up here. And we're on our way towards the Volcano, or Vulcano, because the V's a B. Don't think Tim can go out. No, Paul. Can't go out tonight. In fact, I've got an appointment at 3 in Playa Fania Bay. And then I've got to be home by 4:30 so I can get ready for balcony banter. Let's go this way. Take our lives in our hands. Yeah, there's some guys have seen how I've been doing the filming of the villas and stuff. Have you seen any of those? Where I go, I walk through a villa,
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
and they've got a good. Let me just concentrate on crossing the road so I don't kill myself. Take my life in my hands. One-way street. And yeah, so they asked me if I can, if I want some content for my channel, and obviously that'll help them as well. So it's a scratch your back, scratch my back.
Win-win situation.
A win-win situation, yeah. So where are we? We're in Avenida Rafael Puig Duvina. And Puig is the people who own everything around here.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, Santiago is the son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Puig, in fact, they own the castle up in Dale Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they own the whole of the safari centre. Everything. In fact, they own everything. Yeah. They actually built everything.
It normally comes back to 1 or 2 families in any area.
You're going to have to go a little bit further away because you're way too close in this camera. That's better. I've just got the side of your nose, you know. So, Susan,
Yes.
what does one do on a night time around here?
Oh, well, We like our restaurants, so we tend to pre-book the restaurants we do like.
Uh-huh.
The likes of the Imperial Taipan, Oliver's Out of Town.
You've been to Oliver's out of town?
Yeah,
Did you ever go to
lovely.
Oliver's with a
Yes,
twist?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
I've
that
never been
was
to either of those,
lovely.
but I knew
Yeah.
you could not get in.
We tried years and years ago when we first came. We heard about, I think it was on TripAdvisor, that
Mm-hmm.
this Oliver's with a twist, and we went looking for it, and we couldn't find it. Then eventually we found this tiny little place down
Down some steps.
some steps, and thought we'd just walk in and get a seat. I think it was about a 4-month wait, but we booked it there and then for when we came back, and it was absolutely fabulous.
Uh-huh.
Now the new one now, it's well worth the journey out to it. It's a dining experience, everything. The surroundings, the food, the people themselves are just fabulous.
No, I mean, loads of people have been saying it's fantastic, and Christina just won't. She doesn't like eating out for a start because she
Yes.
doesn't like eating in front of people. And secondly, she can't see,
Yes.
so it doesn't matter where we are. I could
Yes.
sit her in the back of a dumpster and feed her; she'd be all right, you know. So I'm going to go this way
Yeah.
Yep.
so we can look at the umbrellas,
Oh yes.
just in case you haven't found the umbrellas yet and you want to see them. This is the best Tenerife on your left here, and this little ginnel down here goes towards the safari centre. And on the left here, there's a yellow and blue building, and in this yellow and blue building is the little cafe with the umbrellas. It used to be called after hours or after work.
After one.
After work, I think it's called something else now. But we shall see. We got 80 people still watching, 52 thumbs up. Thank you very much. My phone has now just come back because we're not in the sunlight. Colin's on. I missed a load of you guys. Ian Francis. Yeah, the Craicmaster arrived last night. Webby, I can't come out for a beer tonight, I'm sorry. Webby back on the rock. Dave Butler. Keith, good morning. Moira, Shropshire Steve, good morning. Damien O'Toole, good morning. Jack Bell, next time someone who prays and says it's the fault of the person not believing, ask them why do people born without limbs not grow back? What to believe? Oh yeah, I wouldn't waste my breath. Hi Tim and all, just jumping in from the background. We got that one. Neil Lewis had Japanese shiatsu there in Tenerife, worked fantastically for me. I thought that was a dog. I went to a zoo here, and it only had one dog in it. It was a Shih Tzu. Angry fellow.
Yeah. That one was coming.
That was coming, yeah. You always walk on the left. It goes back to the times when horseback, when your sword was always on your left, so could be drawn to your right hand to defend yourself.
Oh,
There you go.
there's a reason for everything, Tim.
There's not a reason for everything, unfortunately, but that's another story. Let's go up here, up this little thing here. Now, I think what happens is that people tend to, after you, sir.
Thank you very much.
People tend to walk on the side of the road where they drive.
Yes.
So right next to this Royal Thai massage place is a little ginnel, another ginnel, which goes in where there's music playing. So can I just mute your mic? Just press the little button once underneath. Okay, we're back in the room. I just muted myself, yeah, because there was music playing in that place. Yeah, we're both back in the room. So there was music in there. I want to dance with somebody, cover version, but they would have done it
Would've
anyway.
done you.
Yeah. Nice Perfumeria La Rosa. And We're on our way back now towards Park Santiago 3, which is right in front of us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That blue building there.
That's 4, is it?
Oh, is it 4?
It's 3,
Oh,
is
it's
it?
3.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, there's 4 down there.
So basically, you don't even have to walk more than about 600 meters, and you've got everything you need
Everything
here,
at
haven't
your
you?
fingertips, yeah.
Because you got like the back roads here. Let's do the
Yes.
back. Let's do the back way. Because we've got 15 minutes, plenty of time.
Would you like a coffee,
Have you got a place you like to go?
Tim? One or two out in the. We kind of go everywhere, do you know?
Okay, yeah, we'll
So
stop for a
we'll do
coffee.
One or two out the front if you'd like one.
Yeah, well, let's stop for a coffee instead of walking around in 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I do have to be sharpish back
Yeah,
today.
Right. Yeah. If we go right, and there's one or two at the front there. isn't there?
Okay.
It'll probably take 15 minutes to get the
It'll
coffee,
probably
though.
take 15 minutes to get it.
Oh, they're not the fastest, are they?
No, they don't tend to be.
I was saying that the other night on the meetup Monday. You know, the people are beautiful and nice,
Yeah.
but if I'm walking past somebody and they've got like a sip in the beer,
Yes.
I'm like, does that need refilling? And here I'm like, I'm parched. I'm spitting feathers of all colours,
Yeah.
and they say, "Do you want the bill?" I say, "No, give me another beer." Especially when I've had 2, because then I can't order a third one, because Christina just looks slant-eyed at me.
She knows you've been
She was.
told.
But if he comes up and says another one, I go, "Oh yeah, okay."
Oh, you couldn't refuse that.
So you're right at the beginning of your 2-week holiday. How many restaurants have you booked?
Oh. Well, we're going to Olives on the Green, British Empire. We've already been to Imperial Taipan. We've been to... We
All
went
the
to-
British stuff then.
Yeah.
Are you going to any Spanish places?
Yeah, we've been to, well, Italian pasta and vino.
Pasta and
Uh-huh.
vino.
Where we have the chill out booked.
Yes.
Okay. So you're not going to
We'll go to Lebanese.
A guanche
We're
or-
on the Lebanese tonight,
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
and we do a tapas bar.
Uh-huh.
Where do you want to go?
Anywhere where there's no music.
Yeah, I thought we might get a seat here, but no seat. Well, here, we'll get a seat here, Tom.
After you. So those of you just joined us, you probably know where we are now. Just opposite the Hard Rock Hotel. We got the mini golf in the middle there. We sit on the outskirts
Whatever
and
suits you, yeah.
Yeah.
wherever you can't hear, and I want a bit of shade if that's all right. Is that okay?
Here, Tim, yeah?
I'm fine with this. As long as I can sit here.
Yeah. I don't think they're wet.
39.
No, he's not seeing anybody at the moment. No.
Ay, 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 ay. So, ladles and jelly spoons, you're full in picture here, and it's a beautiful view behind you. So, just have a chat. What do you want to say? Let's order something.
Yes.
Hola.
Hola.
Para mí café con leche y agua con gas, por favor.
Aqua con gas.
Cafe con leche, please.
Muy bien.
Gracias.
Gracias.
So we're ready to do the relaxing part of the walk now. So go ahead. So what's your this is drifting, isn't it? There you go. So what do you want to chat about?
I don't mind, Tim. Give me a topic.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's your Zen. Where can we get, if you're online, where can we get your service?
Oh, online, just the coaching side of things, and that's Susan Graham Coaching.
Yeah, but I mean, people might want that. So
Yeah, that's what it is.
how did they get in
That's
touch with you?
Through the website, Susan
Okay.
Graham Coaching.
Okay. Oh, Susan Graham Coaching. Is that,
Yes. That's my website, .com.
.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's everything these days.
Yeah, no, we've done the .com.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son-in-law is fantastic with websites, so he's done both my Chinese website and my coaching website.
Is your Chinese website in Chinese?
No, nobody'd understand it otherwise.
So, what's the Chinese I know? Yat yi sam se luk chapa kao sap.
Okay, that's probably more than I know.
That's 1 to 10 in Cantonese.
No.
And
I
the
know
only reason.
all the acupuncture points and the Chinese herbs I know in Chinese, but I wouldn't know any words in Chinese.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you got an example of an acupuncture point?
Well, there's one very good acupuncture point called Lingu,
Yeah.
and it's one of the lineage styles of acupuncture of Master Dong's, and it's one of the best points you'll ever get for pain to help remove pain, and particularly for sciatic pain. And sciatic pain can last a very, very long time.
My wife suffers from that.
Yes, Lingu is in the hand here,
Uh-huh.
but you do the opposite side of where the actual pain is.
Right, like the brain.
So if you're doing it here and you put the pressure into that point and you stimulate and you bring the energy to it, and you get the person to, if the person can't move it, you get them to visualize within their own mind that the mind is moving the area,
Okay.
and that can help reduce the pain.
Cool, dude. Lingu.
Lingu.
Okay. And you're not telling us exactly where it is because that
There, exactly there.
Lingu.
Lingu.
That's right here, look.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when if you put the finger and the thumb together like that, where you have a mound.
Uh-huh.
If you put your thumb like this on top and your index finger underneath, and you put in a lot of pressure, there's no point in just touching the surface. You have to put in a lot of pressure.
Okay.
That would be the acupressure point, but to do the acupuncture, you're going a lot deeper with the needle.
Okay. So
and
the
precision.
acupressure point, and that point is directly connected to your sciatic nerve on your right hip.
No, it's what it's doing is it's a pain. It's to reduce the pain. But when you're looking at it, and if you have a right-sided pain, you do your left hand.
Okay.
Of left pain, right hand.
Okay.
Because the mentality behind that is the further you are away from the injury, the bigger the impact can be.
Right. It's
like-
nothing to do with the left brain and right brain function.
No, because if you're beside the door and you don't have a key to get through, and you put your shoulder against the door, you'll just keep on pushing and pushing. But if you actually take a run at the door, you have a better chance of actually getting through.
Can you show us that?
No. I'm not doing that one.
That would have been great content.
Yeah.
That would have been great content. Cool, dude. And let's just see what these guys are saying.
So if
Thumbs
anybody wanted to know anything of what Chinese medicine or even wellness, what type of foods can create problems for people, like Chinese
Spam.
medicine. Sorry?
Spam.
See, we look at, it's not just the physical body, but it's looking at when you put something into the body that doesn't process properly, what does that do?
Yeah.
It's the environmental aspect of what can happen in the body, the emotional. Like we look at, and that's where the 5 elements of Chinese medicine, see, you have the 8 principles, you have the 5 elements, you have all these things intertwined. So all of those play a huge part in the body.
Do you ever stop to think to say that the way that they describe Chinese medicine was back in the day, and they just didn't have the vocabulary to do anything scientific?
Yes.
So, and I mean, a lot of people will call BS on it, you know, and if you start talking about crystals and chakra and energies and stuff like that, then you're going to turn a certain amount of people off.
Yes.
You're going to turn a certain amount of people well on,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
And that's a problem in my mind, because we're really polarized as a human race at the moment anyway, especially in the abundant areas,
Yes.
where we got nothing better to do than be offended, right?
Yes.
So in the abundant areas where you're not struggling to live,
Yes.
then you always try and find some of these things, and you can either welcome it with open arms or poo-poo it. And what I'd like to see is that you try everything once.
Yes.
You know, and do what happens for you, you know.
Yeah.
And like for me, so eating everything I like and drinking copious amount of alcohol increases my body weight, you know, which is, if that was the goal, I'd be great at the moment,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But I really do have to start thinking about what I put into my body.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yesterday I had a couple of pints, and the day before I had a couple of pints, the day before that I had a bottle of wine. I mean, it's just like, I'm never taking a rest of this thing. And of course, your body uses that energy first because
Yes.
it's easy energy for the body to
Yes.
use, isn't it? So all the stuff I'm putting in for taste is going straight on my hips.
Yes.
Let me just turn you around. My lovely little hips. Ladles and jelly spoons, we've been on 55 minutes. We've got 65 people watching. That means we lost 20 people when we sat down for the chit chat. Why is that? I have to go to work. Okay, okay, it's coming up to 10 o'clock. So,
Yeah.
so people are leaving anyway. Back to Tenerife. Well, it looks like the coffee's not going to come anytime soon. Neil Lewis, a Shih Tzu is a dog. What do you get if it costs a bulldog with a Shih Tzu?
Do we want to know that one?
I think it's in the words. There you go.
And begins with B.
Begins with B. So I'm going to turn me back to you because we're going to say
Yeah.
ta-ra before the coffee comes. Oh, that. I keep pressing it too much. Sue and Paul, I'd like to thank you for joining me on the walk today. If anybody wants to go to the website, it is Susan
Graham.
as in Graham.
Yep. Coaching.
All one word.
Yep.
And coaching out, all one word.
Yep.
SusanGrahamCoaching.com.
Yes.
Okay. Nip over there and have a look and send all your questions directly to Susan.
You can, yes.
Yeah. And if she's got time, she'll answer them. And if you want to book a session online, you do online sessions as well.
Online sessions, yes.
Want to book an online session? Go to SusanGrahamCoaching.com and have fun. Knock yourselves out. So we're going to finish it right here.
Thank you
So,
very much, Tim.
You're very welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
So we're going to turn you around because we're going to do the old beg for money thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Google thinks you might like this one next. And if you want to support the channel, you can go to our wedding photo in the corner here. You can subscribe for free right here, but it still helps. And I'll stick the merch up in the top right-hand corner. All the links are going to be in the description when we're finished. See ya. Would want to be ya.
Bye.
End.